Hello, it's Jack and welcome back to another exciting episode of Car Mechanic 2021. Now then, if you're new to the channel, stick around. This is a good one, it's going to be a good one. I've had a call out from RPM Games on YouTube. As a challenge, I've got to do a level 5 Junkyard challenge. And what that entails basically is me starting at level 1, getting up to level 5, right, however I see fit, which is obviously going to be story orders and fixing people's cars. Once I'm at level 5, right, I can't use the store, so I can't use this wonderful little computer here to buy any parts, because at level 5 it opens up the junkyard, and at that point there, when I'm at level 5, I've got to go to the junkyard, find a car, buy all the parts from the junkyard. They're going to be 15% or better, put them on the car, and then take it to the racetrack. That's going to be a challenge in itself, getting a junkyard car with all the parts from the junkyard to the racetrack, right? And then race it, and then give our PM Games my track times. And I'm terrible at driving around the track and show them the best track times that I've got. That's the challenge. Not allowed to use the shop after level 5, like I said. Can't wash it, can't weld it. Can charge the battery. That'd be fun if I had a battery charger, wouldn't it? Which I haven't got. So it's going to be pretty difficult, you know, only being able to use junkyard parts. Didn't say anything about not repairing them, but in saying that, to be able to repair them, I need a repair bench, which means I've got to unlock the garage expansion, right? And then, where's the bench? The bench. Oh, not the welder. Not allowed to do the welding. Oh, it's going to be engine. No, I don't get the engine tool, do I? What do I? I'd have to fix the benches that you get when you get the extension on the garage, so you can fix parts. I'm not sure if that's allowed. Didn't say it wasn't, but it's 10 grand, you know, to shell out in order to get that extension, and that's going to be into my profit that I need to buy parts for the car. So I don't think that's going to work out. So I think the only way I'm going to be able to do this, right, is literally to either do story orders, which are these ones in blue here, or just pick random orders. Now, as soon as I get to level 5, you see, that's it. That's the cut-off time, if you like, where I can't really go any higher than that level 5. Obviously, I'm going to have to maybe go higher than level 5 because I'm going to be looking at parts and all the rest of it. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm going to try and stick at level 5 to make it as fair as possible. But I want to pick jobs, right, that give me the big bang for buck before I get to level 5. So this one here is just fixing brakes. I mean, generally just fixing brakes is not going to do a great deal for me. But in saying that, if this is a brake job, right? If this is a brake job, that means I'm at least going to get some decent brakes off the car. So I think, well, hopefully. So I'm going to take that job, right? And do that. Find out if I can get some brakes off. No, I'm not going to be allowed to use those brakes off the car because I've got to use the ones from the junkyard. Oh, bollocks. Alright, listen, I'm going to get on with a couple of jobs, get some money in the bank, get my levels up, and then I'll be back shortly. I'll give you some updates in between, alright? But I'll be back. Okay, we're back. 5,798. So I've actually made 1,798 credits in profit at level 2 already. I took the Luxus Baron, earns about 2,000 and something, 2001. But this could take a while. You see, I need this level 3 to get the other good jobs, I guess. Right now I'm just getting brake jobs and yeah, bits and pieces. I guess the story orders would be good, but that's also increasing my level quite quickly. Right, so I'm going to crack on to get to level 3 to see what opens up in these other levels here for level 3, because what I really want is a really nice expensive car coming in. I have a plan. There is a method in my madness. So let me crack on, get some more XP. Not XP. I don't want that much XP. I don't want to get to level 5 that quickly. That's easy. I want cash in the bank. Alright, bear with me. Now we're talking. This is just coming as a customer car. Suspension feels a bit loose, does it? Okay. Outer tie rods, sway bar, front end, link B, sorry. Okay. Well, we probably won't be fixing that, to be fair. Ooh, it's going to be a bit dodgy, isn't it? But I've just done another job. I got about 1,700. but my XP is already increasing, as you can see. So I was thinking that maybe it would be better to, I don't know, let's just say, oops, sorry it's about that. Had to just disconnect my headphone. Uh, yeah. Shall we just see what we can do with this and do something a bit dodgy and maybe get a lot of cash in the bank and then just continue as normal, as if nothing ever happened. I'll be back shortly. So the plan is, right, is to strip this car and sell all the bits. I know that I can't pass it back to the customer, but that challenge has nothing to do with passing this car back to the customer. It's about getting a scrapyard junk car and getting it on the track and getting the fastest time with using no shop and only using junkyard parts. Well, that's fine. Uh, but in saying that, this particular vehicle is worth a pretty penny, and it will feed my habit because A, it's got two turbos on, which is wonderful. It's got a lovely engine. It's got loads of running gear, good tyres on it, and everything else. So, of any bits that I don't sell, right, I could use on future customer cars where I don't have to spend any cash, which is brilliant. The only problem is that I really want that engine. Uh, but the only way I can get it out intact and sell it as a whole, as instead of stripping it down with all the parts and everything, is to get the engine stand. The engine crane, sorry, uh, and that is something I need to buy, obviously. But to get that right, I need to get the garage expansion because I need this here. I need the engine stand and crane to your garage, right? And that's 10 grand there for the expansion, and 2 grand for that. So the only way I can do it is take off the bits. I think I'm just going to have to scavenge off the car for a bit. Yeah, and then I will have enough money to do. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But what we're going to do first off the bat is start stripping off some of these bits off this wonderful vehicle, and see what we can get for them. I mean, obviously, if it all goes pear-shaped, I'm going to be out of pocket and starting this whole challenge again. But the plan is, if I can, I mean, these turbos, I mean, they must be worth a fortune, surely. I mean, it's a turbo. What's the condition? And again, I'm going to be getting experience by doing all of this, which is not really what I want to do. 83%. Is it only 229 credits? I mean, the engine in its entirety is going to be worth more than that, isn't it? Oh, maybe this is not such a great way to do it. Anyway, let me crack on. Let me see what I can get out of this car. Yep. So, welcome back. This is definitely the way to do it. I'm at 14 grand in the bank now. I'm at level 2. I've stripped off all the bodywork. Stripped off his tyres were worth a fortune. 880 something. So this is a mod car. Mods are allowed, I've been told, in the challenge. Nissan GTR. So yeah, it's actually turned out to be a wonderful car. So I'm just going to strip it down, and I'm obviously getting experience as I'm doing it, and then get some more cash in the bank. But I don't think I'm going to go with getting the garage extension and the other bits and pieces. I could, but it'll knock me back, what, 12 grand. And I said I wasn't going to do that, didn't I, like 30 seconds ago. I need another rethink on that and see how the cash actually plays out, because potentially, right, if I did that, that also gives me repair benches and everything else for the challenge. That's one thing, but also enables me to get the engine out of this car, which should be worth about 5 grand, I would say, and then I could I could steal the bits off another customer car, and then we'd be laughing, wouldn't we? I think that's the way to go. I think that is the way to go. Alright, bear with me. Okay. I did it. Alright, I did it. I thought, what the heck, let's make this a bit more fun, shall we? So, I've now got this wonderful garage. I've got no benches to fix anything right now, but no warehouse, obviously. But what I do have on this stand here is an engine. Well, I did have, and it's now in my inventory. This is the one straight out of that car. That's 5,280. So we accept that. So even though I've just bought the garage and everything else and all that good stuff, I'm way in profit. Now, I can strip this even further, But the good thing is, I want to see if I can get another car in the garage that's worth some money. Not that one, that's a story order. So I'll have to wait around a bit for that. But in the meantime, I'll continue stripping this down to the bare bones to get the parts out of it. See if there's anything else that's really worth some good money, like maybe the seats inside or the steering wheel. And then we'll crack on and we're still not at level 5, so, you know, I've not really started the full challenge really yet, but we will get there shortly. So I hope you're enjoying this. I'm having so much fun. This is a fantastic challenge, so I really appreciate RPM Games calling me out on this one. This is brilliant. Thanks a lot. I'll be back shortly. I know, I know. I'm going to hell for this, that's for sure. For my sins. Uh, Yeah, so if you need some quick cash in the game, just rip off a customer's car and it'll all be fine. This is a Nissan GTR 2017. It's a safety car apparently. Looks really nice. I wonder if it's going to have a nice engine in this one as well. Oh, looks like it does. Well, I'm on 11,577 credits and still on level still on level 2. So I'm just going to crack on and just be the dodgiest mechanic you've ever met, basically. Just to get that cash in the bank for this challenge. And I know I'm going to have a lot of shit to sort out when I've completed the challenge to get rid of these cars out of the garage. Which would only be fair, wouldn't it? It's going to cost me a pretty penny, that's for sure. But yeah, we're just cracking on. But just like I said on the previous vehicle, if you take a quick look at these tyres, right, with the rims and everything built in, I mean the parts are not stupidly expensive, the body parts and everything. But these wheels are certainly worth borrowing. And like I said, yeah, I mean, not crazy money for the parts at all. But yeah, tyres and rims seem to be at a premium. So anyway, I'll crack on, and then hopefully I'll be at level 5 shortly, and then we'll see how much money I've actually made, and we'll crack on from there. So thanks for sticking around. Hope you're enjoying it. Hello and welcome back. Yes, I'm at level 5. As you can see, just pinged in level 5, which means now I can go to the junkyard and start this challenge for real. We can just step outside for a second. I managed to get 38,000 in the bank. Let's not discuss these two, shall we not? One thing I will do, which wasn't mentioned in the challenge, but I think to make it a little easier and a little more fair, is in the settings. I'm just going to turn off the yeah, what do you call it? The travel, so I don't have to pay for travel. Where is it? Oh, I can never find it. Yes, here we go. Enable travel fees. I don't know if RPM Gaming did that, but we're going to say no to that and save it. I hope that's not too bad in the challenge, especially if you have to go like 200 times. That's going to be expensive, with it being, what is it to the junkyard, 200 credits a pop or something. If I go 100 times, ooh, that's, you know, it's going to be a lot of money, 20,000 or so. That'll wipe me out immediately. Anyway, I'm going to go off to the junkyard and see if I can find my first car to buy. Hopefully first and only. Not sure what car I'm going to buy yet, to be fair. Not sure, but let me get to the junkyard and I'll bring you there in 2 secs. So here we are. It's always windy out here. I've been told, or at least I watched someone on YouTube, I think it might have been Colonel Failure, that said the more times you go to the junkyard in a day, the less stuff you can find. I don't know if that's true or not. Anyway, my thought process is, now I'm in the junkyard, is actually to find... I don't really want an engine, to be fair, that's got loads of parts, like, you know, loads of push rods and you know, the valve covers and all that. I really want something that's going to be pretty easy to find parts for, which could be any car, to be fair, so that's out the window, but maybe more of a modern car, yeah. I mean, and one that's in my price range as well. I mean, what's this one? This is that's 13 grand for a Porsche 911 Carrera. Now that's gonna fly, right? Scott, I'm not gonna, you know, journey this whole thing in video because it's just going to take too long. That's got 2 wheels missing straight off the bat. I really want to start with something relatively modern, right? And it's got all four wheels, but in the junkyard it's quite difficult. Anyway, let me crack on and have a look around. Okay, I'm back. I just want to give you some thoughts on this. See, I found this, which is nice. It's a Skyline, I think, Nissan Skyline, which is great. It's got four wheels on it. I couldn't see the one around this corner, so I just went into examine mode. So it's got the four wheels on it. Oops, and it's got a standard, you know, i4 engines, which is not bad. It's only £3 grand. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, that's a real. I haven't really checked much on it, to be fair. It's got a i4 dual overhead cam on it. Engine, obviously it's missing cylinder head and all that stuff. Don't know about bottom end and pistons. I didn't check any of that. I'm not going to do that on camera. I'll save that. But also my thought process, I don't want something that's stupidly modded, like this one for example, right? It's the El Camino off-road version. I don't know how many different versions they did, but then I don't know if I need to put. I just don't know enough about the car. Engine looks pretty intact though. When he's saying that, it's got all those bloody push rods, and I really don't want to get it without all those push rods in there, because you know, trying to find those. And it's £3 grand. I mean, you know, this challenge is definitely worth it. I feel a bit guilty now about having all that money in the bank, to be fair, but not too guilty. And again, this one, right? Fiesta. It's the Pikes Peak version. But I mean, look at the money on this. It's stupid money. It's 25 grand. Not going to happen, is it? This Porsche would have been a good buy. It's pretty cheap. Well, I say pretty cheap. It's 18 grand, which is pretty much half of what I've got. But you see all this stuff down here that's missing, all these cylinder heads, and there, you know, to find 6 of those, which I'd need, I think it is. Oh, forget it. It's gonna be bad enough finding 1 cylinder head, let alone 6. That'd be just madness. Anyway, I'll crack on. Yeah, Bronco. Yeah. Again, not much on there. It's probably very cheap indeed. I would have thought 225. But again, I've got to go around a track in it, right? And this going around a track, it wobbles like an old. Yeah. Never mind. It wobbles like something like jelly. That's what it wobbles like. Not to be rude to anybody. Little Beetle here. Okay. Now this has got the Porsche engine in it, I believe. Beetle Type 1 stance. I don't know what that means. What we on here? £5 grand engine. I'm pretty sure that is a I'm pretty sure 300 brake horsepower, that's going to fly, especially because it's only 739 kilos. But again, I don't know what the handling is going to be like that going around the track, but that potentially is a goer. Alright, let me look a bit further around, or look around a bit further, as I should say, correct English. Okay, we're back at the garage. First visit to the junkyard. Got a bit of inventory. Oh, sugar. I didn't get rid of all the stuff that I bought before. I just need to get rid of all of this. Just give me 1 sec. Actually, let me just sell this. I'll be back shortly. Okay, so this is what I managed to pick up from the junkyard. It's kind of all generic stuff. I don't know why I got a 25-inch, but it's 91%, so I thought it was okay. Everything else I got was above 15 or more. Kind of generic stuff. Fuel filter, you know, middle muffler, radiator fan, blah, 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 all that good stuff. Anyway, I didn't find a car that I really wanted. You saw what was out there. There wasn't that much, to be fair. Well, there was, but not one that I'm prepared to fork out any money for. So I'm going to pay another visit, see what we can find. Be back shortly. I'm not being funny, but there's not much here, to be fair. I'm not being picky. This looks like a nice little car, doesn't it? Lovely. 3-cylinder. What a load of bollocks that is. Yeah, well that's not going to happen, is it? Look at that. 90 horsepower. That's not going to go around the track, is it? Let's face it. Volkswagen Golf. Emden Jaeger. 99. Nah. And the Fiesta. ST 3 doors, right? Cam gear 7%. A lot of this is a bit shot, which is fine, but yeah, 2 wheels. Nope. SCEO, Lexus kind of thing, whatever it is. Looks great, doesn't it? It's a V6. Lots of missing. 4 wheels though. Big engine. It's a lot of pistons to find. and it doesn't seem to have that many pistons there, to be fair. So nah. Nah. You know what that is, don't you? Sakura Supa, not so super. Watch my video on Sakura Supa challenge. Absolute rubbish. I wish I had taken the cars on the first trip. This is trip number 3, by the way. There's 3 cars. 3 cars. And they're all shit. A Ribs. I don't want a Ribbsan. Nah. Look at the engine. No cylinder heads. No nothing. What is it? A V6? Yeah, forget that. And then there's this, another one of these bloody Fiestas, which is great, right? Because they're nice. Can you climb up these ladders? I digress. Which, they're really, really fast. They're great. But, price on it, 25 grand. I'm not doing that. What's happening with that? No chance. And the thing is, I'm not in the mood to search for all the parts right now, because I don't know what car I'm gonna get. So, I guess, I'll take another trip, I guess. See you in a bit. Oh, I'm getting tough with this now. Trip number 4 was nothing. Trip number 5, which this is trip number 5, just so you know. RPM Games, you've got a lot to answer for. Honestly, there's rock all here. Opel Manta. Nope. 16 grand. Oh, where you going? Are you drunk, Jack? I think you need to be walking around this junkyard for the 5th time in a day. Oh my goodness me. See, I think it's true. The more times you come to the junkyard, the less you find. The less you find. There's rock all here. Like I said, I'm not going through all the parts right now. Probably a mistake, to be fair, but anyway. Ford Fiesta van. What? It's hardly a van, is it? Really? What do they want for that? 2 grand. 92 horsepower. Don't forget, I've got to take this around the track and try and beat a good decent time. I don't know what RPM Games' time is right now, but I've got to try and beat that. Lit edition, these are expensive. These are 6,000. 243 brake horsepower. Ah, could be. I'm not going to be able to find it, am I? I'm just not going to be able to find it. Oh, but look at this one. What do they want for this one? 4 grand. I'm not going to go through all the engine right now, but air filter, what's that? Nah. Am I being too picky? You're probably all going to comment. Well, no one's going to comment, to be fair, and they're not going to say anything. Oh, Volvo. Diesel. Kind of limits the amount of things you can find with it being a diesel, doesn't it, really? You know, there's not that many diesel engines in the game, is there? What now? What is that, though? And what's the horsepower on this one? I don't remember. 144? Okay, fair enough. 3,700. Does it have any wheels on it? Got 4 wheels. Has it got 4 wheels? 4 wheels. That could be a contender. Volvo could be nice. Is this expensive? It looks expensive. 27, forget it. Right, so I'm either going to get the Volvo, right? And then I'm going to go home. I've got to make a decision, haven't I? I've got to make a decision. I don't want to do, you know, trip number 6. That's another Sakura Supa, isn't it? Looks like it. Toyota Supra, it's this car mod. Oops, sorry, that was my chair just breaking, you see? I'm getting so excited. Not. You know what? I'm gonna save you guys the pain, right? Okay, I'm gonna buy this Volvo. But 144. I mean, that's got it. It's pretty shit, isn't it? I mean, no. I'm gonna do another trip. All right, bear with me. I will link the times in the description below, so you guys don't have to suffer this. I'll tell you something though. It's given me a pretty good idea. I don't want a Bronco, too wobbly. It's given me some really good ideas as to what I can do at a challenge, you know, to repay the favour for RPM Games, that's for sure. Oh yes, I've got some great ideas. Really going to put the cat amongst the pigeons. So this is trip number 6, and to be fair, I'm getting a bit sick of this junkyard. But that, I guess that's something to come, isn't it? Because I haven't even bought a car yet, and I've not even started getting all the parts for it. So I can see this is going to be an absolute nightmare. Another Fiesta. I wouldn't mind a Fiesta. They're pretty fast, but I just don't want one of those stupid little engine ones. I want one with a decent engine. Z-Tech 5 doors. 119. And I want to kind of get to around about, you know, between 170, 200 brake horsepower on a pretty modern car. Maybe I should just sack the idea of a modern car. I mean, I'm not having that much luck, am I really? I mean, let's face it. I'm doing pretty shit. Nah, nothing up there. Okay, so you know what? I'm not going to bore you any further with these visits to the junkyard until I've actually found a vehicle, and I'll tell you how many trips it takes me. All right, just so you know, if you're going to do this challenge yourself, you know what pain you can be in for. All right, I'll catch you in a bit. Yeah, I'm back. I think this is trip 8 or 9. Just one thing I've realised, that because I keep checking all the cars, maybe I shouldn't be checking the condition of the cars, because otherwise my level's going to go through the roof, isn't it? So I think I'll stop checking the cars in the future, right? I'll just do it visually. A visual inspect. Well, I can't even get to that one. I can't see what's in there and what's not. Oh, it's got a supercharger on it. That's going to move, isn't it? How much is that? I'm not a big fan of these. Is it a bulk roulette or something like that? Yeah, Reptilia. I'm not a big fan of these. What's a butcher's bill? I'm not paying 13 grand. Oh, maybe I should just bite the bullet and just buy a bloody car. Alright, come on. We're going to get a car in this scrapyard. I'm not coming here again. I've had enough. I've had enough. That's too old. I don't want that. Wait, that Bolt Reptilia was old as well. Oh, look at that. Is that a Jag? Oh, it's a Ferrari. Oh, that's not going to be cheap, is it? Alright. I just said I'm going to buy one in visit 8 to the scrapyard. But there's nothing here that I want. Oh, this is a nightmare. Okay, Hinata Kagura, they're pretty fast, aren't they? Oh, 208 brake horsepower, 8 grand. What's the butcher's bill on the engine? What engine's he got in it? 4x4. That's additional parts, isn't it? I know what, that could be the one. That's what we're gonna go with, guys. That's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna buy it, bollocks. We're gonna buy it. So let's buy that. 8 grand. Yeah. In the garage, please. Alright, I'm back in the room. But you know what? I'm going to have to go over that level 5. I don't know. I'm going to have to. Which I guess is okay, because I'm going to have to take parts off the car. And every time I take a part off the car, I'm going to get more experience, aren't I? I mean, that just goes without saying. One thing I have agreed with myself on, though, I'm not going to buy the parts bench to fix stuff and everything. I don't think that's a worthy challenge. I think it's much easier, much more fun if I don't do that. Yeah, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the engine out, figure out what's what with it, and then I'm just going to have to yeah, go and try and get what parts I can to get this engine running is the first thing. See if I can get it actually working. I have picked up a few bits and pieces from the scrapyard. I don't know if I need them all yet. I didn't even check what tyre size or anything this took. It takes R17s, which I could put anything on, I guess, as long as I've got 4 or at least 2 are the same and 2 the same on the back, or what, you know what I mean. So I could put 18 inches on the back and 17s on the front. I mean, that's not a problem. But I can't weld it, can't wash it, can't do any of that shit, can't use the shop anymore. So I think first off the bat what I'll do is I'm going to take the engine out, and I'll take you along for the ride and give you the highlights along the way. This might stretch for 2 parts because it's getting a bit long now, but we'll see how it goes, shall we? Alright, I'll catch you in a bit. Oh yeah, well, it's been a short time for you guys, but it's been a very, 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 very long time for me. I just feel you've been what's been going on. Okay, we had to bite the bullet. We had to buy another car. Yeah, that's why I've only got 10 grand left. Never mind these. We know all about those. This is the donor car. I just need to get rid of this now. Not that it matters how much it's worth now, but it cost me nearly 8 grand. And I've pretty much stripped all the good stuff off this one, put the old engine back in there, and then put all the best stuff onto this one. and it's not looking too bad at all. So yeah, when it came in, right, it was in a pretty sad state. I mean, you can see here the body was 9%, the frame was 80. That's not going to change. I'm not welding it. The parts was 15, and the interior was also 15. So you know we've made some progress on this, which is good, which is extremely good. The trouble I'm having right now, okay, is these little fuckers here. I can't find these anywhere. These little camshaft caps here, I can't find them anywhere. Can't find one of these. I've got one on the other car, but it's at 11%, so that's knackered. Can't find a brake servo. Can't find this timing cover. Can't find the cover for the air filter. Can't find this. Can't find that. Can't find fucking loads of stuff. So I tell you what, this is a challenge in itself. I kid you not. It really is. And the worst thing is as well, I didn't know it's got these stupid freaking injectors down here as well, which I can't find, obviously. Anyway, what the plan right now is to quickly just swap these cars out, because what I've actually done is I've gone and bought another car, haven't I? I had to, but it's not exactly the same, and I couldn't check everything in the. I don't know what is actually on it. So we're going to bring this is the donor car, which I'm going to sell because I need some more. Not this one, the donor car's in here. I'm going to shove the wheels back on it. I've put most of the parts on that I don't need now. I think I've got most of the body shell and everything. It's absolutely knackered, this car. Put these wheels on. I've got 2 spare wheels, which are in really terrible shape. And then get rid of this so I can bring the other car back in. The new donor car I bought. And I can't bring it back in right now because I've got these 2 chassis out here. And I've no other lifter. So I'll put the wheels on, sell this, and bring the other car back, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, so the method in this madness basically is this was a donor car, as I told you. Not that I'd really care about the value too much. Obviously, I want to get as much money as I can. So by buying that from the auction, not auction. Oh, goodness me! Don't mention that word. Not in this challenge. From buying it from the scrapyard, and it was a scrapyard. Seriously, junkyard, whatever you want to call it. And getting all those parts off for the other car, has actually only cost me 215 credits. Because obviously I've you know swapped all the bits and pieces out. So for 215 credits, now I can get rid of this rusty old heap. Which puts me a bit more money in the bank, means I've actually, you know, done pretty darn good in getting this to the position that it's in now. I mean, the interior is snazzy. It's really nice. I mean, if you look at the interior, yeah, look at those seats. They're wonderful, aren't they? Oh, shame about the door. Also need fuses and all the rest of it. So I'm kind of missing, you know, as I said before, a lot of all this stuff. So I'm hoping that the other car I've just got, if I can bring that back from the old parking lot. I've only got the one car. It's an Emden Jaeger, and basically it's got some bits on there that I think I need. So I'll bring that back to the old garage. It should be in here now on the ramp. It'll be fun to see what it's actually got. I really hope it's got. Oh, but is it a completely different? Well, it's a turbocharged engine, but it's similar. It is a. Have I just bought a lemon? You see, this is the i4 dual overhead cam turbocharged. What was this one? I think I might have fucked that up. A 4x4. Shouldn't be that much different, surely, should there? Should there? I didn't see any of those injectors on here. Did you see any injectors on here? Oh, bollocks. Well, I'm sure there's some bits I can get off this, and there is some fuses, which is good because I need fuses. All right, let me figure out what I can get off this car and see what I can shove onto the other one. See how much I've actually gained. And if I need to sell this, if I bought a lemon, I'm only going to lose £1,000. Okay, it's not too serious, then, is it, Jack? No, it's not. All right, let me crack on, and I'll get back shortly. Okay. So we got a few bits and pieces off the car, to be fair, for this one. We got some fuses, which is great. Not really that much, to be fair. A couple of other bits I think I can put on, but I can't put them on right now. I've got a pulley down here, but I can't put that on right now. But what I did find, because let me just fill you in. Right, the plan is when you buy something, right, as a donor car like this one was, I could strip everything off it and see which is better on this car than you know, the one outside, as in, you know, seats and running gear and all that. But the thing is I want to just scavenge the bits I really need off it. So you see, I'm minus 704 here. So you could argue that those fuses cost me 704 credits. So what I then did is went back to the scrapyard to see if I could find any bits, you know, just lying around for this car that I can make it a little bit more valuable before I sell it on, and thus reducing my parts bill, if that makes any sense. So just before I sell it on, right, then I just want to put back as many parts as I can that either I don't have use for, or I've just bought, you know, for, yeah, because I thought I needed them or whatever. So just by putting that on, it's now 682. So we're getting there. We're getting there. If I was allowed to wash it, that would be great. But just actually some food for thought here. When you are going through the scrapyard, you see all this stuff I've just found in the scrapyard. Obviously, I don't need that because I don't need it. Look, when you find stuff that's in really good condition, just buy it and sell it. Chances are you're going to make a decent profit. This Nissan GT here, pack here, whatever it is, the rear spoiler, 323. Engine block off the Porsche, 1,215. Yeah, I mean, and Aston Martin bumper, 207. You get the idea, yeah? Buy stuff that's in good condition, right? And then hopefully, you know, you'll make a bit of profit. Okay, so this is what I've just bought. Cost me about nearly 4 grand, I think it was. 3,592 in profit. What I'm really looking for on this is just some specific parts. I know it's not the same engine. Camshaft caps, right. If you look at my shopping list, camshaft capped i4B, which is not that one. Anyway, not to worry, because there is going to be some parts I'm hoping on this that I can use. Certainly spark plugs, which I didn't have before. It's at 10%. That's really not what I want, to be fair. 38%, that's a good one. Okay, so that's a spark plug. You might think that's not much, but trust me, it means a lot in this challenge, just getting a spark plug. I mean, crikey thump. And then the real thing that I'm after, and I will do this as quickly as I can, just to show you what you're having to do in this challenge is to buy all these different vehicles, and sometimes you just can't find the right engine. But you know, some things are generic on the cars, as you know. So, for example, I really need these crank bearings, which are always. Oh, there's one. Look, I need 2 of these. So even if I get just these 2 at 34%, that is perfect. Yeah. That means then I'm going to be able to put the oil pan on, which I don't have incidentally. But anyway, you get my drift. And so just to get those 2 little parts, right? Yeah, it's cost me a number of trips to the scrapyard, but this is still worth 10 credits. So because I'm not paying for the trips to the junkyard, you know, I'll turn that off to make it a little bit easier. Hello, welcome back. It may have only been a matter of seconds for you guys, but it's been a day for me. Oh my goodness gracious me. Well, I've done it. I've got the car as ready as it's going to be ready. I've done the track times. I'll post a picture of that shortly of me doing the track times. Did 3 laps, just got into my 4th, and it was quite respectable. Now then, just to give you a quick rundown on where we are with this car. Everything's done and dusted. I had to break the challenge a little bit, to be fair. I couldn't get those camshaft bits in there. I had to buy 3 new ones. And I'm talking about these camshafts here. I got another one here, but I didn't need to use that because I found another one. I've got 10 pages worth of parts that I've just never mind. I also had to unfortunately I had to buy the turbo. This looks new, I know, but it's not. This is not new, but the turbo's brand new. I just had to buy it. I just could not find a turbo. So there's some unicorns in this car, and when I say unicorn, things that don't exist in the scrapyard, and that, my friends, that i4B turbocharger does not exist anywhere. So I'm going to have a challenge to anyone that's watching this. If you can take a screenshot of you finding that turbocharger i4B in the scrapyard, I'll link my email in the description below, my channel email. Send me a picture of it, not doctored or anything, and I seriously will gift you any Car Mechanic 21 DLC of your choice. That's how difficult that is to find. Anyway, the other thing which I had to do, which I also couldn't find anywhere, is that bloody throttle there, that V6B. You can find any number of throttles, any number in the scrapyard. You cannot find that motherfucker throttle, trust me. You know what? This has been a fun challenge, right? It's been a long haul. Now, if you like Car Mechanic 2021, don't do this challenge, right? If you love it, do the challenge. You've got to eat, sleep and breathe this challenge to get to where you need to get this a car on the track. Yeah, so it's a worthy challenge. You might lose your family over it. They might abandon you, right? You might come out of the cave looking like Neanderthal man at the end of it, but trust me, it's a challenge and a half. If you stick to the challenge as it's set out by RPM Games, then I kid you not, it's tough. It's really tough. Anyway, you can see that the butcher's bill here is looking pretty good, isn't it? Not bad at all. We really lifted this from its previous state, and like I said, there's only a few bits and pieces that are missing. Front license plate, bollocks to that. I just can't find one. Rear left window. I can find any other window under the sun, but I cannot find that one. All right. And the other thing that's missing is the right headlight. I can't find that either. One-eyed bandit, whatever you want to call it. If this challenge was a film, right, it would be Groundhog Day. If this challenge was a tasty meal, it would be Vindaloo. A Vindaloo curry, which tastes nice and spicy when you first eat it, and it leaves a really shitty, hot, fiery taste in your mouth for a long time afterwards, and the morning after is even worse. That is this challenge, my friends. That is this challenge. So, without further ado, I'm going to post the wonderful, wonderful screenshot of my time. We can talk about it a little bit. This car likes to pull to the left. And because I haven't got anything to sort out the tracking gear on this, it doesn't run true. And it's a little slow as well. A little slow, well, that's an understatement, isn't it? But just before we crack on, just to give you an example of the state of the car, there's a lot of orange, not much green. But to be fair, I mean, considering this is all from the scrapyard, obviously bear in mind the parts I actually had to buy, it's actually not a bad little car. Its value, by the way, is also pretty good. I mean, it's not worth. It's not too shabby. It's 24 grand. You know, don't forget I spent 8748 on it. I have bought, I would say, probably about 10 or 12 other vehicles of all different descriptions. I've bought at least 5 of these, right? And they're all missing the turbo. They're all missing everything that you actually need. Which is a real pain in the ass. One thing I will say about this challenge is that you get a lot of barn maps. You do get a lot of barn maps because you're going through that scrapyard like 50, 60, 70 times, maybe even more. I've lost count, to be fair. Anyway, what I will say is thanks for RPM Games for calling me out, and I will reciprocate the challenge in another video, just so that we can have some fun. But yeah, let me show you the end plates now of the track times, and then I think we'll be done. So there you go, ping. There's my beautiful car on the track. The track times are thus. I just put it into paint. Easiest thing to do. There you go. Not under 2 minutes, but not far off. 2 minutes and 8 first lap. 2 minutes and 3, and then 2 minutes. Not bad, eh? For a piece of junk like this. So there you go. Consider this challenge completed. Well, there you have it. So thank you so much for following me on this journey. Thank you so much for RPM Games for calling me out on this challenge. It's been a lot of fun to do. It really has. Even though I bitched about it all the way through, it's been really, really fun. Just a couple of points if you want to stick around. If you do want to do this challenge, trust me, it's not easy. But what I would suggest you do is do not pick a car with a turbo. In fact, if you can pick one that's got, you know, a common engine, fine. The other thing I would suggest is if you're running with a lot of mods, go and disable those mods. Go and unsubscribe from those mods, because it will give you a bigger chance of picking the cars that you want to, getting more parts, if you like. No, not more parts, but you know what I mean. If you've got 150 cars in, you know, that you can play with because you've already got all the mods and everything. Turn those off, then you've only got the game mods, the actual proper, you know, mods that Red Dot supply you with. I think you'll find it easier to find the parts than I did. It really was quite murderous to try and find some of these parts, and it's really like, you know, not just trying to find a needle in a haystack, but you get so euphoric when you find a part, right, and you've been looking for ages. And also, you get euphoric when you find a part that you think you need and you actually don't need it because you've already got one. Or the other thing is, you get a part that you think you need, but you don't because it's the wrong part. Oh my goodness me. I bought more turbos than you can shake a stick at, trust me. Anyway, all fun and games. One other little tip I'll give you is that you might want to restart your game a couple of times because it seems to reset the junkyard as well. Because the more times you go to the junkyard, you do get less cars, less choice. I don't know why. You start with maybe five cars in the junkyard, and it goes sometimes down to two, which is pretty crappy. The other thing is, if you didn't know, you can populate your shopping list in the garage, obviously, you know, by adding the parts to your shopping list, and then you can actually open that in the scrapyard, so you can see exactly what parts you need, which is really useful and really helpful. Thought you might like that. Anyway, thank you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. I know this has been a marathon. It's been a great challenge. I'll be posting it up very shortly. So if you like this kind of thing, leave me a sub. You know, drop me a comment. You know, especially if you want to find that turbo. You know, you got a chance to get yourself a DLC gifted through Steam. So thanks a lot, guys. And Jack is eventually out.